Hey guys, today I'm going to be sharing with you some holiday sets from Real Techniques, starting with the voiceover as my kids and husband are home right now. So in the Shine of the Times Brush and Cleanse set, you get all these brushes for $49 and it's a $94 value. You get the 401 sculpting brush, the 411 liquid highlighting brush, the 220 light layers complexion brush, the 444 filtered cheek brush, the 332 smudge brush, the 344 winged liner brush, the 301 base shadow brush, the 326 flat liner brush, a silicone cleansing pad and cleansing balm, 103 dry facial brush, 104 lip exfoliating brush, and a cosmetic bag. In the Twilight Tinsel brush and sponge set, you get all of these products for $29.99, which is a $56 value. Inside, you get the 419 large bronzing brush, the 324 angled shadow brush, the 332 smudge brush, the 356 angled liner brush, the 307 shading brush, the 402 setting brush, the 200 expert face brush, a miracle complexion sponge, and travel case. So let's dive on into these holiday sets, play with some brushes, and see what we think. Starting off with brush number 220, which is a foundation complexion brush. I'm not sure if I mentioned it or not, but this larger set also comes with a cosmetic bag. This is the light layers complexion brush. Applies liquid, cream, and powder foundation seamlessly. I don't think this is my favorite for applying foundation. It's a little too flimsy. We're going into the other holiday set and we're going to grab the Miracle Complexion Sponge. We already know this works really well. Nothing new there. Okay, so this is where we are. Sorry for the voiceovers. Up until this point, my kids were getting ready. It's been very loud in the house. So I think next I'm going to set, and they suggest this little brush right here as a setting brush. This one is the 402 setting brush, small tapered bristles, precisely dust on highlighting and setting powders. So I'm gonna set under the eyes and then maybe we'll do highlight while we're at it. That's what he looks like. Okay, I use the Rare Beauty powder for under the eyes. I mean, if you only set little points, this might work, but I need to set a little bit more than this size. So I would probably use I would use a brush like this to set my whole face. This is the Real Techniques Hazy Finish brush. This set seems to be mostly for creams and powders. This is for cream contour. This is for cream blush. And then we've got our shadow brushes. I think this is a lip exfoliating brush, which I've never used before. So I'll save these for eyes. And then in here we have a large bronzing brush, which is a fluffy, dense powder brush, which we can use. And then we have 200, which is an expert face brush, which is for liquid or cream. So I will use this one for powder bronzer and powder blush. And that is number 419. I'm just going to go into the Physicians Formula, the Breakfast Club Saturday Detention Face Palette for bronzer and blush. This is a pretty large brush for blush, so I'm going to grab another blush brush. This one's Juno & Co. I'm going to dip back and forth between these two. I'm going to go back into this 402 brush, which was the setting or highlight brush. I'm going to go into my favorite Tom Ford highlighting duo. My skin is looking very dry today because I only prepped with some sunscreen, not moisturizer, so my skin is feeling the effects today. Okay, so I've grabbed the eye brushes from the two various sets. We've got some shader brushes, we've got a smudge brush, a liner brush, and then they also included the cleansing balm and cleansing disc. So if you want to clean your brushes and switch between colors, you can do that, which is really cool. I think I'll just go into the ColourPop 1111 palette. And the smudger going into the pink. This is the finished look using the Real Techniques holiday sets. So wasn't a big fan of this foundation brush. It just was too flimsy, but I feel like if you like to stipple on something super light, this might work. But for a full coverage foundation, I didn't find this to be that successful. Perhaps this would work better with like a serum foundation, like a lighter foundation. The little setting brush did work for setting the under eyes and applying highlight. I generally prefer something a little bit larger, something more like this size to set. This is, I think this is a Real Techniques. No, this is a Sephora powder brush. But still, I prefer something about this size for setting powder. And I prefer something more like this shape for highlighting. So it's like somewhere in between, but not exactly perfect for my preferences. This worked really well for applying the bronzer and blush. I already showed you I love the hazy finish powder brush for all over. The sponge did a nice job for the concealer, as I knew it would because I've used this before. And I used all of the shadow brushes and they all worked really well. I just wish there was like a fluffier blending brush in here because I feel like that's a staple of doing eyeshadow. All in all, you get a really good value. I mean, this little one is $30, but you get $56 worth of brushes in here. You also get the sponge and the case, which I think is really nice for traveling. And there are some here that I haven't even tried yet for cream. So I think that's a good deal. And then the larger one, I haven't even used half of. This is $50 and you get a $94 value. So I feel like there's a lot of things here that I still have to experiment with, like the lip brush, and there's some cream brushes in here that I didn't get a chance to use. So, and you get a makeup pouch in that one, which is cute. So all in all, if you are looking to purchase a brush set, I think these are really good sets to have. If I could pick and choose to make my perfect brush set, that would be fantastic. Real Techniques, if you're watching this, maybe collab and we could put together like a perfect brush set for everyday use. Let me know. But hope you guys enjoyed seeing what is new this year from Real Techniques for the holidays. If you did enjoy this video, remember to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.